Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Hope you guys are all doing good. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Techbuds Solutions, and this is our weekly private live chat. This isn't going to be too long or anything like that. I just wanted to offer kind of like more one-on-one assistance to our Techbuds Solutions community. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to start tuning in. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to just simply break down stocks for you guys, cover any questions that you guys have, and then I'm going to go live actually on YouTube and talk about what I was trading today and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and wait for people to start tuning in, and then we can go from there. So I think that'd be pretty safe to say. Let's go ahead and here. All right, looks like it's taking a little while for it to load. All right. Let's check it out. But yeah, anytime you guys have any questions. So what's going on, Guido? What's going on? What's going on, Mo? Hope you guys are all having a good morning. What's going on, Chris? And Chris again. What's up? I think half of us came here for the DGAS breakdown. Sounds good. If you guys want me to talk about DGAS, then I'll talk about DGAS. What's going on, Michael? What's going on, Bobby? Vanquish, what's going on? Seth? Is that Yupeng? I'm sorry, I'm really bad with enunciation of that, but Force, Nick, Parth, Matthew. What's going on, Matthew? Hope you're having a good morning. Dennis, Parth, Shadow, Alec, Joey, Z. We'll talk about that in a bit, Rick. Sounds good. That's a funny one. We had a joke right now with the Learn Plan Profit group. It's a private unlisted video, and they were messing with me. I was like, if you guys can like the video, I was like, I don't even know how you guys dislike the video. It's like a private unlisted video for those that are part of LPP, and then they completely disliked the crap out of it. It got like 30 or 50, 40 dislikes or something like that, and then it pulled all the way back down. So, oh shoot, what's going on, man? But I'm actually live. Oh, are you waiting for Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, sweet. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good morning. I want to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to be talking about, I guess, DGAS, because that's what people want me to talk about as of right now. And then we can go from there. So again, this is a private unlisted video. We're going to be hosting one of these every single week. I wanted to offer you guys more one-on-one time, so none of my YouTube solely subscribers are in this video. This is just, I post the link solely in Techbuds, not even in the Techbuds Facebook group. Just those that are active members within the Discord chat. And that is it. So this is where I want to answer questions, kind of if it's more open-ended questions. If you guys don't even want to focus on call-outs, that's fine. You guys kind of run the thing, and doing it for about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's a very open-ended question. How often does a stock get tested? If you mean how many times does it test the support or test the resistance, that is every stock is different. It's just for you to become a little bit more familiar with the overall characteristic of whatever stock or ETF it is that you are trading, and seeing any indication for a reversal. So actually right now it looks like there's going to be a potential breakout pattern for DGAS. Overall SMA line has been acting as a previous resistance. This is exactly what I talked about in the Learn Plan Profit group for DGAS. I should be up right now. I'm up about $51. It's actually taking quite some time to actually reverse. It took a little bit longer than expected. I was actually invested in this when it was showing signs of an uptrend right here, but then ended up getting rejected and then doing a double bottom at around $22. Starting to show more signs of an uptrend again, but this one with a little bit more confirmation or validity, just because of the break above $22. So easiest way for me to put it is, why do I see value in something like DGAS? Why DGAS? Why did I pick out of every single stock that I saw value that I have in my active watch list? Why DGAS today? I'll explain that to you guys. So on this 20-day 1-hour chart, you guys can see the support and resistance. Again, what does a support mean and what does a resistance mean? So the reason that I find these patterns and I almost trade the same things every single day is because they're very consistent, right? And I'm all about just investing in what makes sense to me and the patterns that I understand. So you guys have not been able to see my screen this entire time. That is hilarious. Dingleberry moments of the day. Yep, I know how to do that. All right, so here we are. So up so far about $66, but really small amount as of right now. So yeah, that was embarrassing. Okay, so again, going back, I originally got in when it was showing signs of this ascending uptrend pattern and it broke above this middle VWAP. This is when I first originally got in. I thought it was showing signs of this curling pattern. It made sense, but I also did see that the overall SMA indicator was acting as a resistance multiple times, throughout during extended hours and stuff like that. So when it pushed up and it pulled back, I was like, dang it, I got in a little bit too early. Sold off, double bottom at $22, and Bobby H. And then it actually just recently, this is actually something that we talked about in the Learn Plan Profit group, and it's waiting for the break above, what's it called? Let me actually open this up a little bit. But you guys can see that now it broke above the SMA indicator, and that's exactly what we wanted to happen. The SMA line to no longer act as a resistance, but to be validated as a support. You can see that the middle VWAP is approaching, the EMA is approaching, and now the SMA, and that's definitely very attractive as well for this overall intraday pattern, right? Because now it's showing a little bit more validity with this overall reversal. So 20-day, 1 hour. And you guys can see that. Why is it that I see value in this one, either for a day trade or a swing trade? I'm focusing on it today as a day trade, and I will not second guess myself to cover profits. That's not an issue for me at all. But if I do see swing trade potential, I might sell a couple of my shares. Right now I'm invested with, you guys can see my overall position size, about 1,500 shares. So now I'm up about $96, $111, $125. So pretty solid, right? My goal is to get as close to as possible to the $23 price point. So based on my average of the 22.17 to the overall resistance that I identify at around $23, I think that I would be able to get very close to the $1,000 profit for the day, putting me almost to my weekly goal of the $2,500 profit within the overall week. But I see a lot of value in it for, this is the easiest way that I was able to break it down for those that are just getting started, and also for those, how I explained it for those that are part of Techbuds Solutions, is the whole point of doing technical analysis is to identify that you're getting something for a good deal. So for all those that always ask this question of like, how do you know when you're getting something for a good buy or for a good sell? This is going to be for you. So looking at previous patterns, looking at and doing this technical analysis, this is what it's all about. Looking at the support at around $22, it normally bounces at around this area. Does it always bounce at exactly 22? No, it has a range. Sometimes it bounces all the way down to 21.58. So this support at around 21.50 to $22 is normally a good buy area. It's normally where it tends to consolidate and then bounces, right? It reverses. It's like, this range is normally where it bounces at, right? So that's definitely very attractive to me. And when does it normally peak out at? Anywhere from around $23 to about $24. So we just broke above. All right, so we're up $171. That's good. But yeah, overall, this is more of a sell area. So with that understanding, again, this very consistent kind of just consolidation, right, and horizontal pattern, it's very easy for me to see that, okay, it makes sense on why DGAS can be a good potential buy at around $22 and why DGAS would be a good potential sell at around $23 plus. Why am I saying $23 plus? Because last time it got rejected right around $23.25, and it makes sense because that's where that SMA indicator is at, which has been acting as a form of resistance. So it definitely makes sense. So something to take into consideration. Like I said, I'm not going to second guess myself, although I do see swing trade potential. If I see any form of resistance, anywhere, I'm going to lock in profits. Friendly reminder, just like I said in yesterday's video that I uploaded, no one goes broke by, locking in profits. So everyone, Ricky was upset in LPP chat. He never gets any dislikes. Let's show him the support. You are so messed up, Don. Oh. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So when it comes down to DGAS, I do see day trade potential due to it now starting to show signs of an uptrend in between the middle and top VWAP. I do think that based on pre-market highs and overall resistance yesterday, it does have a pretty good chance to hit at around like the $22.60, $23 price point. So I'm going to have to just test it and feel it out on how it consolidates, how it pulls back, and kind of see if I can sell the peaks and buy the dips. But that is really just it when it comes down to the overall analysis and breakdown on Diaz. I'm focusing on it as a day trade. Tomorrow it has that natural gas report 1 hour after the market opens. And I might see some swing trade potential, but I'm definitely, again, like I said, I'm not going to second guess myself to cover profits. So yeah. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I just explained that. So again, and I am here to assist you breaking down stocks. I'm not going to be telling you where to buy, where to sell, if you should hold something or anything like that. Again, you should understand the overall direction of what it is that you are investing in. You should understand the pattern. And if you don't, then you should not be investing in it as of right now. Easiest way to put it, right? So let's focus on, I think there's a call out for LA. So I'm gonna quickly recap on the ones that are actively trending up. All right. I'll just focus on you guys. Whatever it is that you all want. Is Gush forming a setting up trend pattern? No. Last time that I followed up with Gush, it was down. And if you look at this 20-day 1 hour chart, yeah, I mean, I guess in this sense it kind of looks like it does, but on this 180-day chart, it definitely is trying to show signs of like almost this like uptrend pattern in this SMA line acting as support. I definitely do see that. It's just, I still don't find it very attractive. I don't know. I still find it to be more on the overbought side, and the opportunity cost is just isn't that great for me when it comes down to that. So FRAC showing more signs of a reversal pattern. We did an amazing job calling this one out. We called it out when it was at nearly $13. So look at all this. It grew over 10% since we've brought it up. To potentially your attention. Now FRAC is definitely pulling back. I'm gonna wait for, again, it's selling off right now. Let's wait for some consolidation for it to break above the EMA again, and for it to consolidate and then break above the EMA. So let's do that. So thanks, Ricky, for all your help. I predicted VK TRX. Was good. Sweet. I love that. So Rodrigo, it's all about investing in the patterns that you see value in. So I'm really happy to hear that it's been going well for you. Was being conservative and sold LABU at 102, and of course it goes up. Dude, I am right there with you. That's happened to me multiple times. But again, so what is it that we could have done a little bit better, right? So when did you sell it at 102? Did you sell it today at 102, or did you sell it yesterday? So dreamers, it does make sense on why it would be a good sell at around 104, just due to the previous patterns. But I don't think that you did anything wrong with selling at 102 if you saw any form of resistance, especially if it was yesterday. Like if you saw it pulling back, then it makes sense on why you sold there. So do you go live every day, Rick? Yeah, I go live about 4 or 5 times a day in all different platforms. On Wednesday, I'm going to be going live 5 times a day just because I do this private unlisted video. So bought today at 99. Wow. Okay, so you bought today at, no, but hey, it makes sense. So dreamers, it makes sense on why you sold at around 102. The reason why is because, do you see the previous resistance? Like that would have made sense to me on why you sold at that price point at around 102.50. It definitely makes sense to me, and it definitely was pulling back. Did it ever break below the middle VWAP or anything like that? No, but I can 100% understand why it is that you saw value in it for a swing trade. So you bought yesterday at 99. Okay, that makes sense. So. Okay, and I can see why, because it pushed up and then it sold off, and you're probably like, oh, I don't want to give back profits. It pushes up and then you're like, first sign of previous resistance, I'll sell. Definitely makes sense. Check out the isolation sound for that mic, brother. I bet it's sitting on a tripod or on the desk. It's like the $60. Okay. Ah, I see what you're talking about. That little like matte, little like foam thing, right? The little cover. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys could hear the difference in sound quality, but yeah. Oh, sweet. Super happy to hear that. DGAS down again. Yeah, I did see that it did pull back a little bit. So pullbacks are all part of the game. So still no break of pattern though. So cool is definitely one that we've we've done a technical analysis on before. Okay, so it's definitely up today. It's showing signs of it being a little bit overextended. The volume is kind of all over the place. So that's just something that I would consider this more of a sell right now, just because it's also approaching that EMA line. If it continues to trend up, then great, we can run the idea of getting back in. But as of right now, due to the volume and the huge increase and approaching that resistance right around $28, it would make sense on why that would be a sell. So no. That's something that you'll have to, so there's different reports. No, there's not like weekly reports for every single future, if that's what you're asking, something like natural gas. No. Yeah, I do sound for a living, and you can fix. Oh, okay, appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Bradley. What are my thoughts on ELY? Let's do it. Pretty obviously very consistent uptrend pattern. Do I find it to be a good deal? Not necessarily, right? It hasn't sold off or shown anything like that, but that's not necessarily its characteristic. I don't think it offers huge margins of profit, but if you like the consistency and as long as it continues that pattern, then I definitely can see why doesn't you see value in that specific ticker itself. So yeah, I like that. I just read your message rather. No, you're good. I like it. Okay. No, so I see BSX to be more of a, you can see that it had a huge volume spike, so it might have been some news, some manipulation. I definitely don't see a lot of value in that pattern or for it to actually recover like it has. It is possible. Anything's possible, right? But when's the last time that it's done something that dramatic? I don't think very often. So I would consider this more of a sell. I don't like these forms of manipulation. DGAS getting funky. DSLV is at key support. I can't say that it's at a key support because it continues to sell off, right? And this thing can sell off all the way down to $22. This thing can sell off all the way down to $21. It's done it multiple times before. I do agree that it is oversold, and its inverse ETF, which is USLV, is definitely still showing signs of an uptrend. Looking at previous resistance levels at around $11, you know, it's definitely hit that before, and then it reverses at that specific price point. But let's not say that it's at a key, you know, for DSLV. It's not at a key like anything. It's not showing any signs of a reversal. So yes, I do believe that it can reverse, and that's why I have my alerts set right here. But there is no confirmation. Again, before you invest in something, don't just invest in what you hope happens, but let there be some form of indication that it's going to happen. So yeah. Okay. So Snap, I see it is actively trending up, so that's good. If you want to continue to swing trade it, I would be very careful. I don't think that it's a very good deal, right? It's definitely more on the overbought side. It did break above the SMA indicator. I think that it can pull back, especially as it's approaching this previous support of $14. That was a very critical point based on previous patterns. And especially if you're going to try to swing trade it for a short-term swing trade while it's ascending, I would try to buy in closer to the EMA indicator to try to maximize overall profits. So, yeah. So, BBY, no. It doesn't look, why would that look like a good deal? Yeah, but it's approaching its resistance right around $75. So, you can see that it's getting rejected. So it would have been a better deal. It would have been a good deal at 70. I do see why it is that you're saying that it does have margin to continue to actively trend up, but that's already getting above more than 50% of where it normally trades at. Like if we're identifying the support at 70 and the resistance at 78, it's already more than halfway there, which isn't the best deal because sometimes it gets rejected at around $75. So yes, I do think that it can continue to trend up, but I wouldn't label it as a great deal. That's the thing that like you know, there's obvious forms of resistance here where it can get rejected and sell back off to like $72, and that's something that I need you guys to be very well aware of. Okay, so Rico is asking about CHK. So CHK is showing way overbought and not a good deal, showing signs of a peak formation. This would make sense on why it would sell back off to 380. So something that I would personally stay away from. SWN with large. Alrighty. Yep, definitely showing signs of an uptrend. Previous resistance around $5, so I would expect somewhat of a pullback. It would be nice for it to validate that $5 as a support. Yeah, not a great call out though. I don't see a lot of value. Like, yeah, it's actively trending up, but I don't find it to be a good deal. Yeah, that's actually one that I just added to my list. So CPE. CPE was brought to my attention because of one of the members within, I think, Learn, Plan, Profit or Techbuds Solutions. But overall support at $10, you can see why it has bounced there again. So like easiest, and this is where, like, guys, like you guys have like call outs and you guys have stocks in mind that you guys are like focusing on and stuff like that. First of all, like all these, you guys are almost calling out almost exactly the same thing. They're all kind of within the same range. A lot of your stocks are way on the overbought side. It's not even difficult to identify that. Excuse me, give me 1 second. Like I need you guys to do a little bit more due diligence, or just like trust yourselves a little bit more. I think a lot of you guys are focusing on like I don't know how to say it. It's just like a lot of the stocks that are being called out are not good deals. I feel like a lot of the stocks that are being called out are ones that you like build, that you're like almost chasing, that you hope to do well because they've been actively trending up, and they're obviously not good deals. They've been uptrending for quite some time. They're already showing signs of a reversal. It's not very difficult to see, and I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I have a bunch of videos on YouTube for all those that aren't part of LPP that talk about like identifying when something is a good deal. Okay, sounds good, dreamers. We'll talk to you later. But very easy to identify. You know, let's identify the support and resistance, this range, right? So you can identify like, and I'll be conservative with this one. So identify the support and resistance, right? This range of support and resistance. And then waiting for the confirmation of when it begins to uptrend, and then that's when, okay, you know, it's in the good deal territory, but it's not a good buy, and that's okay to identify something like that. So, like, just a lot of these stocks that are being called out, like, I just don't get them. Like, let's see. Yeah. Again, it's just a strong descending pattern. It would make more sense for this thing to continue to sell off. On this one, you can try to wait for the SMA to kind of start to cup and build more of a support, but it's going to take more time for it to really build that. So again, I just would view this more at, you know, you can see the RSI, definitely more on the overbought side. And again, JKS, waiting for the break above, okay. Okay, so CM, this is definitely one of the better callouts. Horizontal pattern, support at 12, resistance at 13. Again, how do you know when something is a good deal? You look at previous patterns, see where it normally bounces at, see where it normally peaks out at. You wait for the reversal, you wait for the break above the EMA, and you wait for it to start making higher highs. Very simple breakdown, very easy pattern to understand, and it's very easy to understand when there's a break of pattern, so you know when to cut losses, or when it's a good buy, or when it's a good sell, right? It's very easy to identify that. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying like I think a lot of you guys are chasing something. I don't mean that to like subjugate any of you guys. I'm just trying to like plant it in your head that like, I think Seth said it perfectly, right? It's you just need to realize like what you're doing and maybe what you can be doing better. And I do this all the time. I reanalyze what it is that I do and how I can, you know, refine myself as a trader. Let's go off with this. So let's build some structure because a lot of the call outs. So This question gets asked so many times. I just don't short stocks. So I'm sorry, Chris. I just don't short stocks. I don't care to. I do just fine with the stocks that I go long on, and I just don't. There's no reason. I just don't. I do well enough with what it is that I do. I'm very consistent, and that's I focus on, again, what makes me money, and I do well with that. So yeah. All right. So what I want to focus on is, let's break this down. I don't know if you guys were able to watch the video that I uploaded yesterday about the 4 different stages on how to consistently grow your account. First of all, I would really encourage you guys to watch that video. It has to be one of the best videos that I've uploaded on YouTube. It provides a lot of structure, and I think for a lot of new traders, it can provide a lot of insight on how to actually consistently grow your account and the different stages that I think people need to realize to provide a little bit more structure with your trading. So yeah, so I think, first of all, there's so many different stocks that are being called out, and I can almost guarantee you that people are just calling out stocks just to call them out. It's called overtrading, right? And a lot of people just have a goal because we invest time, to invest in the stock market. People are just focusing on overtrading. Not enough structure or criteria is being taken into consideration. And if you don't know what that means, then that's probably you. And I don't mean that to be insulting in any way. I just mean that, like, how is it that I can put into perspective that might make a little bit more sense? It's like, if the cell phone, right? The cell phone, if I wanted to sell you my iPhone, what is this? The iPhone X, right? Let's say the resale value is like, let's say on OfferUp, it normally sells for about, I don't know, $500. I don't know how much they sell for. Let's say they sell for $500, right? That's normally what they sell for. If I'm in the market for buying and reselling these iPhone X's, let's say that I can usually buy them for about $350 if I can get a really good deal, and then I can normally sell them at the market value at around $500, maybe $550 if I get someone that really needs the phone, right? Really high demand. So what I can do is, so could you drop the link of the video that you mentioned in the Discord? You can just go to my YouTube channel. It's the most recent video that's uploaded. So it's the 4 different stages. It's the first video. But like, when it comes down to identifying when something is a good deal or worth taking the risk, easiest way that I can put it is, all right, if you are in the market to make money, such as many of us are by investing in the stock market, you're not going to just buy. So if you know that these phones sell for $500, and I'm like, okay, I will sell you my phone for $499 so you could sell for $500. Is it worth the opportunity cost? Is it worth the risk? Is it a good deal? If the market value is $500 and I'm selling you this for $499, is it worth the risk? Can you make money? Yes, potentially. Can you take a loss? Potentially. Let's say that there's like a crack or there's some scuff and all of a sudden now it brings down the value. This, in perspective, when it comes down to trading, is, again, like, a lot of people just focus, because stocks are so intangible, right? Like, they're not actual products you can buy and sell. It's very difficult for people to identify when something is a good deal or not. And that is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. If you don't know how to identify if something is a good deal, invest more time on that. And easiest way that I can put it, I think horizontal patterns are very easy to become familiar with when something is a good deal or not. And you'll actually understand why you're making money. Because when a lot of people take positions for momentum trades and they go up 10% and they make money, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just made 10%. I can't believe it either, because a lot of those times it comes down to a lot of these people getting lucky. And I think one of the most rewarding feelings as a trader is when you do your technical analysis, you identify the potential, you set up your plan, you take action when you get the confirmation, and you actually make money with the understanding of what it is that you are doing. And that is a perfect example of this. I am not going to buy an iPhone X if I'm a reseller. If I'm not going to buy an iPhone X to sell for $500, if I'm buying it for $499, the opportunity cost isn't worth it for me. I'm a deal hunter, right? When it comes down to real estate, when it comes down to cars, when it comes down to stocks, I'm here to buy good deals. And that's how I think a lot of you guys should think. Stop thinking that stocks are always good buys. Stop thinking that you're going to find good buys every single day. If you're looking for iPhone X's, are you going to be able to negotiate with someone every single day to get a good deal? No. Some days you might find two, and some weeks you might find two, and some days you might not find any. And that's the whole point of having criteria and having the idea and the eye for value. It's waiting for confirmation and waiting for something to be a good deal. And then when it reverses and when it starts to identify that it's a good deal, then it definitely makes sense why it would be a good deal, right? So what I'm here to say is that I feel like a lot of you guys are not focusing on getting good deals, but trying to take positions every single day. And that is one of the biggest mistakes that I think a lot of you guys can make, because you guys are going to be draining your accounts. A lot of you guys complain about the PDT rule, which doesn't make sense because you guys probably are not finding even 3 stocks within a week that are good deals. So instead of like complaining about the PDT rule and trying to find a way around it, there is no way around it if you are using a US broker, right? There is no way around it. So why not work with it? Use that restriction of the PDT rule as an incentive to focus on quality. I challenge you. I challenge you to minimize the amount of positions that you take in a week to 1 to 2 positions. Easiest way to put it, right? 1 to 2 positions. So over trading, no question, is not the right thing to do. Focus on quality and focus on criteria and focus on confirmation. Focus on getting a good deal. So, and that's the easiest way that I can put it, because so many of these stocks that are being called out, and I get it, a lot of you guys are just getting started, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm having these weekly calls with you guys. I'm here to build your confidence and work with you, and I don't care if a majority of you guys are just getting started. I will treat you just the way that I treat our advanced traders, because that's what I want you to work towards, right? You want to surround yourself with people that you want to be like. And if you guys want to grow your accounts, then I'm going to treat you like others that are working to grow their accounts, so you can work towards that. And I feel like I'm pretty, I'm not very aggressive, right? I'm not very mean with what it is that I do. But I'm here to provide structure. And that's what I'm just here to remind you guys. A lot of you guys aren't focusing on getting good deals. A lot of you guys are focusing on taking almost a position every single day, or almost every other, like 1 day swing trades. You take it right before the market close. Hey, what's something that I can take a position of today so I can sell tomorrow and not worry about my day trades? Forget about all that BS. It's all nonsense. It's focus on getting good deals. Focus on minimizing your positions that you take on a weekly basis. Challenge yourself. 1 week out of your life for the rest of your career. 1 week or 2 weeks, however it is that you want to test it. Focus on taking max 2 positions for the entire week. Focus on quality. Whatever your goal is. If you're in stage 1, we talked about that yesterday in yesterday's video, your goal should be around 2 to 3%. Based on my understanding. Stage 2, about 3 to 5%. Stage 3, 5 to 7%. Stage 4, 10% plus, right? Depending on where you are, be realistic with yourself. If you're having trouble consistently growing your account, put yourself in stage 1, because you're not growing your account, right? And that sucks to realize, but it's when you start to realize and really start to, again, stop selling yourself this dream that you are growing your account, and actually realize that, okay, I'm not growing my account, I'm over trading, and I'm trading and sometimes getting lucky, and that's what's growing my account. Forget about all that. This is not a market where you're going to get lucky for a long period of time. If you're not investing time to understand what it is that you're doing, then you probably won't be successful in this. And I'm here to provide that structure. There's a bunch of content on YouTube for whatever question that you might have. You can use the Google search engine, right? And I almost have probably a video for everything it is that you have a question of. If you are having trouble with structure and time, then that's why I have the Learn, Plan, Profit course, right? And then we have the Techbuds Solutions group chat where you can direct message me if you have any specific questions, not to ask me where to buy and where to sell. Seth, this is actually an amazing quote. I don't know if you've ever heard about this one, Justin, but it says, Warren Buffett said, if you only had 20 trades for the rest of your life, you would probably do your homework and make sure that you pick the right stock to get the most return, the most profit, right? Just putting it in that perspective. I've tried to give different analogies about that, is like focus on taking positions on how that's going to benefit you in the future, 10 months or 10 years down the road. Obviously, Warren Buffett said it much better than I did. And again, it's focusing if you could only take 1 to 2 positions a week. Again, I know that you can't take 3 if you're under the PDT rule, but just focus on taking 1 to 2 a week. you're going to invest a little bit more time to do your homework, to focus on that quality, and to make sure that you get a good deal. Let's focus on that. And I'm here to help you break down those stocks. But a lot of you are just calling out stocks every single day that don't make sense. So okay. Well said. I'm sure it can be hard at times to guide beginners, but I think, no, of course. And that's what I'm all, like, we have, we almost have, we try to have fun, right? I'm sorry about that loud noise. We try to have fun with trading, right? Like almost every single day. And I'm all about that. But again, sometimes, you know, I need to slap some of you guys in place, right? I feel like sometimes we get a little bit too loose with our trading, not enough structure, and we're having a little bit too much fun or just forgetting about the structure. I'm all about having fun and making money. That's what I love to do, right? But it's also, I'm here to provide structure because that's what people lack in the most. And I feel like I do pretty well with structure, especially with my trades. You guys have seen my past couple of trades, even for this week, right? I've been ending at around $400 to $500 profit on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. And overall, I've been able to consistently grow my account. And you guys have watched my overall, follow-ups on my trades. And I'm very boring. I can agree on that. I trade almost the same things every single week. But it's because it works for me and because I see value in them and I understand them. And that's what I want for every single one of you. To pick, for you guys to each have your own UGAs and DGAs. It doesn't mean that you have to trade what I trade, but you get what I'm saying? Having your kind of go-tos that are very consistent and that make you money, that grow your account. And I don't think that that's something that a lot of people focus on. So Don, you're a punk. Don is actually one of our advanced traders within the Learn Plan Profit group. So he's actually just messing with that comment for those that don't understand his sarcasm. So Delso is saying Ricky pulling his dad voice. That's funny. Wait, I don't understand. So we focus on momentum without doing an over technical analysis. What? I mean, yeah, I don't know if, yeah. Yeah. So all I want you guys to do is to, my goal for each and every single one of you is just to understand why you're taking positions. That's all. Understand why you're taking a position. Are you getting a good deal? Is it actively trending up? And is the opportunity cost worth it? So I think that's a great way to start. For a lot of new traders, I hope I didn't scare any of you guys off. I really made this video to, looks like we lost a couple of you, but I really made this, wanted to have one of these talks because I think they're very important to provide some structure. And I think that's one of the things that we do best within Techbuds Solutions is we're not here to, you're going to see all these different group chats, all these different communities and other groups that are going to be selling alerts, that are going to be telling people where to buy, where to sell, that are all based on that form of kind of structure. And that's not what we do here, because we're here to build self-sufficient traders that can do this on their own. If Techbuds isn't here tomorrow, or if I'm, not here tomorrow, that you guys will still be able to continuously grow your accounts. And that's the goal. And I hope that that's okay with you guys. And if it is, great. We'd love to have you and be a part of your journey. And if it's not, then you might want to join one of those paid servers that tell you where to buy and where to sell, because I'm not here to spoon feed anyone. I don't feel like that instills any qualities of long-term success. And if those stocks that they were calling out were so great, then why wouldn't they just invest in it themselves? So, and you'll notice that. Yeah, so Bradley, you'll lose the ones that have the hard times with the real talks, and others that have a chance. Yeah, I agree. So no, I don't have any advanced scanners, TOS scanners. I do have a couple scanners, but I have made videos about that. So again, if you go on YouTube and use a YouTube search bar, you could search up Ricky TOS scanners or scan criteria, and something will pop up. Teaching us sufficient accountability is key. Follow your plan and profits. Yep. Good speech. What's your opinion on BTC and cryptocurrency, please and thank you. I have not followed up with it. I still have a little bit invested in Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. It's something that I'll have to follow up with later. But I think it's kind of like every market. Every market has like that kind of consolidation, that boom and that bust, and then it's consolidated, I think, as of right now. I don't know if it's making lower lows with the overall market. It's something that I'll have to follow up with. But again, there was a lot of hype. Obviously, there's a lot of momentum. A lot of people that didn't know what they were doing became very overbought, and then that's where that bust comes in when everyone realizes that, like, oh, what the heck are we doing, right? It happens in every market. So again, it's just understanding if you're getting a good deal and getting the confirmation of an uptrend, right? Literally with everything. But yeah. So come to the OC and we can hit the beach. Brendan, I like that. I might actually visit for like 12 hours for my little sister's graduation. I'm not too sure. I'll have to follow up with that. Okay, so so mine doesn't look like yours. I have two options. So mine are just default settings. Do you have TD Ameritrade? If you want to respond to that, are you using TD Ameritrade TOS? And if so, you can get in contact with the TD Ameritrade rep and have them assist you with that, because I didn't do anything special to get my VWAP indicators to look the way that they do. Yeah. Yeah, so this is also a pretty good question. So thank you again for asking, Alex. So how do you determine? Nope, interactive brokers. Okay. Yeah, I would not be able to try Bollinger Bands. That might be something that you might want to consider, but I don't know how to add the different settings for the different platforms. So we're barely green today. All right. So to answer that question, how do you determine how much to invest in a single trade? Again, I'm not here to tell you how much you should invest, and if you're asking that question, then you probably it's how, like, the ideal plan, the ideal goal, and I've talked about it multiple times, is to start paper trading, grow your account on a consistent basis, at least 2 to 3% on a weekly basis. Do that for about 2 to 3 months, and after you do that, then because you know how to grow your account, then you can make a fluid. Then you can prove to yourself. You don't even have to ask me. You will be able to, like, realize yourself. Wow, I've been able to grow my account a total of 2 to 3% on a weekly basis. You know, what is that? 12% on a monthly basis, right? For overall account growth. Maybe I feel comfortable because I know how much I can grow my account. I would feel comfortable investing $1,000. That would correlate over to this total return. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So again, I'm not here to tell anyone how much they should invest with anything, right? It's realizing yourself is, if you've been able to grow your account, if you've been able to prove yourself that you can grow your account, great. Then start, you know, trading with real money. But if not, then why not start paper trading? Like, why rush it? You haven't proven to yourself that you can grow your account. Why risk the money? And it's just the time factor. I think that structure is just, a lot of people are so on edge to just start trading with real money that they don't realize that it's going to take time. And it's better to learn with paper trading. So I wouldn't say that's 100% true either, Edgar. So I try to invest 100% of my account because that's the only way to exponentially grow their account. But it's not the point of trying to exponentially grow your account that's important. It's growing your account at the right, yeah, like at the right pace, right? If you're not able to grow your account on a consistent basis, just because that's the best way to grow your account doesn't mean that that's the best way for you at that certain point. First, prove to yourself that you can grow your account, and then you can consider how much it is that you should start investing. So, yeah. Ricky, are you still holding DGAS? I just showed my position. So, yeah, I'm still holding DGAS. I just talked about why it is that I sell value and stuff like that. So this video will be solely private for the Techbuds Solutions group, and I'll have it for the next 24 hours in the announcement section. All right, so HTZ is starting to reverse back up. Watch out for the rejection on that SMA indicator intraday. So, but yeah, I think we had a pretty good talk today. I'm not too sure about you guys. I know some of you guys might not be too happy. I don't even with some of the conversations that we had, because again, I do apologize if it came off as me being like rude or something like that. I'm not trying to be rude at all. I'm just trying to like be real with you guys, right? I feel like a lot of you guys aren't focusing enough on like just structure, and I'm just here to remind you. So I hope that's okay. So are you going to be going live on YouTube right after this? I probably should. I've been on Instagram. I've been live for the past 2-3 hours because I was just live with the Learn Plan Profit Group, and now I'm live with this. So I have to go live on YouTube, and then I have to go live on Instagram. I'm super hungry. Dang. Yeah, so 100% saving people money, and that's the whole point. Like, you're going to see a bunch of people on YouTube comment down below, wow, HTZ just broke the resistance. You're going to see a bunch of people on YouTube that try to get you to like pay for their monthly subscription of group callouts, right? And you'll see a lot of new traders do that because they don't want to do their own due diligence. It's kind of like lazy trading, right? Why do it myself when other people can tell me what to do? I don't see a lot of value in that. I've never been one that has paid for a subscription, and I've done well enough, right? All I focus on is networking with people that share similar interests to me, that motivate me to do better, and that brainstorm ideas with one another, right? And it's just being real with yourself. Like, invest and surround yourself with people that share the similar interest and that you aspire to be like. Forget about all the BS. You know, when people say that, you know, the stock market isn't the only way that I make money. Of course it's not. I say it in every single video. When people ask like what market do you invest in, I invest like in almost every single market. I have like almost any form of business that you can think about. I probably have one. Well, to an extent, not every, but online business. And it's just realizing like how to identify when something is like not real. And I try to do everything it is that I can to be as transparent with each and every single one of you. A lot of you guys from the very beginning of January started to ask me, okay, don't post your percentage growth, because that's all I was talking about. Focus on percentage growth, focus on percentage growth. And I was just recapping, okay, grew my account 2% today, grew my account 3% today. And then everyone was like, Ricky, start showing your profits. You're not showing your profits. It's not real. So then I started showing my profits. And then now it gets to a point where like, Ricky, stop showing your profits. Now you're just telling people like that you make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per trade. And it's what is it that they say? Manipulative or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so now I share both my profits and my percentage growth, and it's just funny. People always find a way to try to discredit you. I talk about the trades that I'm about to take. I show you guys my positions. I recap them the next day, and then people still don't believe me. Oh no, it's a paper trading account. If it was a paper trading account, first of all, it would show that like yellow thing, and I would not be investing with like $20,000 to $30,000 per position. You best believe me, if I had the $200,000 account size, I would be investing with $200,000. But it's funny. It's just like I'm trying to do what it is that I can within my own means of showing you guys that I'm growing my account, that I do this every single day, and that consistency is key. I'm not here to prove myself to anyone. All I'm here to do is to invest in the patterns that I see value in, and that is all. And surround myself with people that motivate me. So I hope that you guys are that. Oh, Del So, that's a good one. I've actually have not gotten that, the photoshopped one, because I mean, and that's why I do it. So have you guys ever seen me do this? Where I'm on my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. So this thing just actually pulled back, right? But if I were to just, I can guarantee you that if I were to just to show screenshots, people would be like, oh my God, photoshopped, right? They would 100% say that. But the reason that sometimes, if you guys have ever watched my videos when I show my profits, I open this and I move this around multiple times so you guys could see that it's like a legit thing. I try to see what everyone else calls everyone else out for, and I'm just like I'm just in awe. Like, people spend so much time. First of all, if anyone hates on my videos, like, now I'm just going on a tangent, but if anyone hates on my videos, there's filters on my YouTube channel that will like spam and filter out any bad words or anything like that. So it's like, I just don't get people like have nothing better to do, right?
The same amount of time hating or growing their account instead of hating.
That's a good one. So Justin just said if they would invest the same amount of time of hating into actually learning how to grow their account,
they'd be freaking millionaires.
Maybe they'd be doing a little bit better for themselves, or trying to discredit others, right? Maybe they'd be doing a little bit better. Yeah, 100%. So if you guys don't like my group or our group or our community or me or how it is that I trade, then guess what? You don't have to subscribe, right? I hope that each and every single one of you one day can be in my shoes. To a certain extent. The reason I say to a certain extent is because sometimes it is like very overwhelming with like so many people trying to discredit you, and you're trying to do everything within your means of like, I don't know, I feel like I try to be as nice to people as possible. Sometimes I mess up, right? But I try to do like to try to please everyone, and I know that I can't, but sometimes it really sucks and it can really bring you down. But as long as like you try to be the best that you are in everything it is that you do, it will really show. And I hope that each and every single one of you can become the best within your niche for everything it is that you guys choose to pursue. So yeah, and that's what it comes down to, right? People say my cars are rented. I love that. I show my titles. They don't believe it's real. And just everything. I think it's a good position to be in, right? And I hope that one day each and every single one of you can get to a certain point where you have individuals that literally invest or just have full-on conversations about why no one should follow you. Because that shows when someone's investing so much time to try to discredit you and actually tries to throw you under the bus and discredit you, it's obviously showing signs of like that they're not necessarily, I don't want to say scared, but just threatened, right, with what it is that you provide. So just focus on you, focus on being the best, and that is it. So let's do it. Let's kill it this week. Let's keep it consistent and focus on those good deals. And yeah, let's go from that. So yeah, 100% agree. So yeah, you'll never convince anyone. Just let them drain their accounts. I like that. Yeah. So all right, guys. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. I will be posting the YouTube live stream. I'm going to be doing a little bit something a little bit different on that YouTube live stream. I might actually go get lunch first, and then I'll come back, and hopefully by 11 a.m. my time, I'll have that video uploaded. So yeah, let's go from there. Thank you guys again, and like always, let's make sure that we're in the year on a green note. Take it easy.